Hey guys, Cosmos here from DolyGames, and in this video we're going to be doing a nice and easy run of the Skytrail, the new one after the September 2015 patch 5.0 update. So it's relatively easy for me and a whole bunch of higher BR players. We are still rising up in the levels. So it's changed now. I'm now at stage 3. So in the first stage and the second stage, there were 6 of these places, one for each element that had to be cleared, and it was relatively faster because you spend 20 energy. You see here at the bottom 500. That's my energy. You get that per day. You can buy more as well with bound balance, I think. Although I'm not going to spend on that. So anyways, you get your energy, and it's 20 energy to make one step. Now on lower stages like stage 1, to make one step already moves the slider quite a lot. I don't remember anymore by how much, but basically the higher you go, the more difficult it gets, and also the exploration energy then uses up, the progress bar moves slower and slower, so you still continue spending 20 energy per step, but the exploration takes longer to complete one of these things. The rewards have been greatly increased, I think, because for each of these clearances of the little windows, you get 5-star tiers of that element. Of course, self-X scrolls, but we don't care about those. You get gold, which is nice, but of course the most important or the main reward there is the sepulchrum. So you get 150, 150, 150, 150. So that's quite a bunch, and then you clear up the whole stage, and you also get the clearance rewards. Now, some people have criticized that these look good, but they're only one time. So they say that they prefer the old Skytrail, where they would get daily income if it was lower, but it was daily, and they said like if you play a year or more, then it adds up to more. Now I think that's not the case, because although these rewards are one shot only, so you don't get them anymore, it's only one time, you get more. So for example, in stage 2 it rises up to 200 sepulchrums for the little windows, and for the main clearance 600 sepulchrum, and then in the next stage for level 3 we got 800 sepulchrum for clearance. I haven't gotten that one yet, but 250 for each window. Now it does get harder. You see here already 2 elements have connected, which is the dark and light, and I assume as we go higher and higher, more elements will connect up and bosses will get harder. Now for these things I usually just remove the shield and the area damage, because there is always just one enemy, and that speeds things up. I usually put it on AFK mode. We also got a helper that might come into play in higher difficulties. It costs 200 points to hire this guy, but yeah, we don't need them on the lower ones, and it'll take a bunch of time until we get to a difficulty that we cannot pass. 3 skills, kind of like expedition, you can basically level them up. I haven't spent any of my explore points yet because I basically just don't need it. And self wise, I just like to the kid wise, I just like to make sure that I have an attack skill, just again to speed things up. And I've done fire, and I'm gonna jump on over to water now, where I have it at 35% exploration progress. So now watch, if I do one explore, that should take 20 energy. There it is, 480, and it added 5% to the exploration. The previous stage, if I remember correctly, was 3%, although I might remember wrong, but yeah, those percentages will go down, I guess, as we go up. So it'll take more and more effort to conquer stages or clear stages. Now these things are cool in the sense that you can get it done pretty fast, and you meet for the battles, you meet these thieves. Now there is this flash cache problem, so things don't load properly, but it's the little golden goblin guy. For now it's very easy to beat him because we're still on lower stages, and we'll need some weeks, I think, to get to where we used to be before the patch, where it will become harder. But the good thing is, even if you can't continue higher, you can continue exploring the existing stages, and that's something that they didn't do for bounty targets, for example. And a lot of people got into the trap of getting to as high as possible and then not being able to kill anything and not being able to collect any rewards every single day. So compared to others who understood that logic and they put the brakes on, and on purpose they didn't go higher to be able to kill off every day and collect rewards every day. I hope they will fix the bounty targets so all players can collect rewards every day. Otherwise it's unfair. So if we look at the chat of the kind of things we're getting, so every click is 20 energy. So I got star tier shards, 15, 15, 15, which is all good, but I have now a lot of these. Basically self refinement items are not an issue nowadays. Then you get these buffs, which might come into play or might be useful later on, but right now they're not. So hero HP defense buff. And then we had this nocturnal protection, which is additional 200 res for 3 turns, which is like nothing. 200 means nothing after the resistance changes, where we have thousands of resistances. This 200 means nothing. I'm not even sure if that's a mistake or not, but it's meaningless, basically negligible. So, and then we got the energy plus 60. That's, I think, probably the best reward that you could get, which is getting additional energy so that you can explore more. So that's cool. Then 100,000 gold, and basically all the rewards that you get, they get shown here, so you don't have to also check the chat. I'm just more used to checking the chat because of the way we've been playing for 3-4 years now. But it's very, very nice that they added the feature where, and this is sort of the boss, you're also gonna die pretty fast. It's very nice that they added the feature that it shows the consolidation of all the rewards that you've gotten up to the point, and that really shows that you're getting a lot rather than it wasn't visible before. So now again, he reminds you, so now these items which are at the bottom, now they come up in a window, and that's really cool as a summary. So basically for this stage I got 15 of these, which basically we can't use, these which we can't use. So basically the good thing is a bit of gold, and the most important reward, because these are negligible, the most important one being the self sepulchrum, so 250 for clearing the stage. You can challenge here on the top right side, which will attack the boss, but right now there is no benefit in doing that. You just lose energy, so I'm not going to be challenging the boss. So let's go over to the next one, Electro. I have all resistances. After I posted my article on the testing on the resistances, you can go read that on DolyGames Wartune website if you haven't seen that yet. But following that, I've put balanced resistances for all elements, some a little bit more than others, but basically I have all resists, which is why I don't look at which window I go into, because basically it's not an issue. And sometimes you don't even meet these thieves because not because, but sometimes you don't meet them and you end up finishing Skytrail really fast, which is awesome, because you just do a couple of clicks and then it's finished and you get all the rewards, which is just great. And sometimes you meet them just a couple of times, but they're definitely not frequent, which is excellent, because it's absolutely boring to keep fighting the same silly fight. Like now I just did him like 1 or 2 times, I think. Energy finished, and we can already see that here are 300,000 gold that I'll get, 40 sepulchrum, in addition to the clearance. So this is the benefit, that when we get to the stage where we can't pass anymore, we can continue exploring, and then you have these chances to get 20 additional sepulchrums, which is great. So with all these kind of things, it'll be very easy to max the enchantment of the first tier and second tier sylphs. But of course, everybody now is going to the third tier, which is people like Zeus and Hecate. These, of course, once you refine them to these, they will require advanced sepulchrums, and there is no synthesis from basic to advanced. I don't think they will add it. I think we'll just end up having a ton of these lying around in our bags like soul crystals. So I think that's what's going to happen. But at least that's really good, because there were a lot of more casual players, weaker players, who fell very much behind everybody else, and it's really good that they did these things so that all the lower guys can come up. The cashers and higher BR guys, they already are on third tier of sylphs, and they are working with advanced maras and advanced sepulchrums, so they don't need these rewards even. They will give them to their secondary or tertiary sylphs. But yeah, right now I maxed out the enchantment on my Gaia and refined her to Hecate just now today, so that's really cool. I like having her. And then the next one, I'm gonna start working on my Triton, and he was at around, I think, 30 or 40,000 battle rating, and relatively quickly I brought him up to 70,000. So he's gonna chill around here until the next event. And then I'll again pour a lot of sepulchrums. I never pour all of it, but probably 50% of whatever I have I will put into him until he is maxed out. And you never refine before you max it out, because the moment you refine him and you get to Poseidon, for example, then you will be required to use advanced sepulchrums. So always wait until you fully enchant all of these 4 attributes to max before you refine them. And of course, to refine, you need to make them orange first. That's going to happen with the Mara event when that will come. I have like 7,000. I don't remember by heart if that's enough or not, but basically, yeah, use the events to your advantage. And with this, basically, you see I cleared one and a half window. We started at 30%, so it's 1.5 for the stage 3. So that means it's gonna take me 1-2 days to clear stage 3, and then 4, 5, 6, and so forth. I think I can still do a whole bunch of stages before I get stuck with the difficulty. But that's going to be slower and slower, because you get exactly the same 500 energy per day. It's not like Dimensions, it doesn't fill up. So and it takes longer and longer to explore one window. So that's it. So that's Sky Trail. You have a little help window, but yeah, it's not really necessary. In the fights you can use the skills. I didn't do that, as you saw, because it was really easy. Now since the Sky Trail is done, I also want to maybe do some bounty targets with you guys, and maybe mention a couple of things there as well. I'm just gonna pick up my farm, and that's again the flash cache issue, that things don't load properly. I usually never put gold, but nowadays I'm extremely short on gold, so we're gonna put a couple of times gold. Not that this is a lot, but every little thing adds up. Alright, these are 12 hours, that's why they were not ready. My animals are sad because they put them in a boring little place. There you go. Alright, so farm is set. Let's go on over to bounty targets. Now, I only have one main kid. Or actually, let's jump on over to the guild boss, because I think they opened the guild boss when we started recording this. So I don't want to lose that reward. In our guild, we're a little guild, we don't bother with killing the guild boss. We just attack him one time, and whoever gets whatever reward gets it. That's again probably cache issue. I'm gonna restart the game. So I'm just gonna attack him as I am, I think. Yeah, just a couple of rounds. And what I usually do is I set it just on AFK. It's just gonna do one round and die, and we have an agreement in our guild that we just fight one time. And then whatever points you get, that's what you get. And then the rewards are, you know, equally shared among the guild members, so we don't compete with one another. Because the event is set up in such a way that if you perform, you know, if you do your best to get number 1 rank, you're basically stealing from your guildmates. That's how it's built, because then you get the reward and your guildmate doesn't get the reward. I really don't like that setup. It's definitely not a friendly setup. It makes, you know, for people who can be friendly and competitive at the same time, it's not a problem, but not everybody's like that. So, so we have that agreement in our guild, and we don't have any problems. No fights, no discussions, nobody's upset or anything like that. We just do one fight and that's it. And I see I have also the wrong formation for the sylphs. I got there my weaker light sylph. Oh no, it is the correct formation because my kid is using the Hecate. Before, of course, kids couldn't have sylphs, so I was having stronger sylphs in the lineup. And there is the ultimate. 593 points for that quick run, and that puts me number 3, and that's good enough. And the rewards will go directly to you when the event is over, so you don't have to bother about it. Now for the bounty targets, I'll do a couple, or one or a couple. Then I can also mention a couple of tips for you guys also, so you don't make mistakes and you benefit. It's very important what ranking you are. So right now I'm sorry, not the ranking, not this ranking, but the progress stage. So right now I'm at stage 73, and it is very important for me right now not to pass this at all. Extremely important. And if you are starting bounty targets, don't kill everything. It is very let's say difficult to resist because you're able to kill everything, but what happens is the way they build it in a horrible way, that the moment you come up to a certain stage, you never get the rewards anymore for previous stages. And basically my kids are totally stuck in their equipment. They're unable to refine them at all because I'm unable to get those items. And stupidly, basically, I, like most players, we went as fast as possible with the bounty targets, collecting as many rewards as possible every single day, and we got stuck. So what happens now is the diamond rewards are very good, but you see for the equipment, the items I get now are these red coppers. And these are for much higher level equipment that I cannot use at all. I'm on much lower level on the equipment, and I need much lower level items, and those are only possible to get on lower levels of bounty targets, which you no longer have access to if you pass them. So don't pass anything. Force yourself to stay on the lowest level that you need the items for, and keep doing that until you have maxed out all those items that you don't need, those refinement items or enchant items anymore. Only when you max all your equipment, then move up a couple of stages, and not too fast. And that way you'll be able to build up your kits properly, unlike a lot of us who are not trapped. So I got to stage 73, and I was stuck, and I wasn't able to kill even one single thing per day, and I got my kids a little bit stronger, so that they can start killing something. But it's extremely important for that reason that I don't pass this stage, because already now it's pretty hard for me. So the way it is built up now is, and it's random every day, is you get these numbers, which are the stages, and I'm allowed, let's say, to kill everything up to the number 73. So this one, I'm not, this one, no matter what the reward is here, no matter if they offer me whatever mountains, I'm not going to attack it. So I'm allowed only to kill these 5. So and that's what I do. So we're gonna go on the first one, and with the setup that I have my strongest self on the front, and I always put the increase attack for the entire party and increase attack for the entire party, smaller one, for the second time. And then in this kind of case where you know that the enemy, like these Templars, they always attack on the first round, they attack the main, on the next round they attack anybody. So when you know that that's going to happen, I put the physical immunity to protect them. And then I don't cast skills, because if you cast skills it's only for 2 turns. If you cast skills, then the immunity will wear off. So you see, before patch I would spam skills like mad. After the patch I'm much slower on spamming skills. And only when it comes to the boss I spam skills non-stop. And that will apply only to the weakest kid, as long as he's alive. Now the bottom 2 are my weakest ones. This knight, which is casting skills, he's the absolute weak one, he's got nothing. The mage below him has a little bit more than him, but basically the bottom 2 are blanks. With the bottom 2 being blanks, when they die I pretty much almost don't cast any skills, because these are my damage dealers. Of course my main one, which is the mage or the oracle, and I leveled up the knight just a little bit, not too much, there, to level 7 upgrade, and nothing else, nothing in the equipment. These are all blank. So I only used the Blood of Zeus to bring him up to level 7, and now I'm gathering the Blood of Zeus for an archer, for one of the archer kids, because they are damage dealers and I want them in instead of these 2. And that's my main one. I always go with only Rain of Fire, because that's all you need to clear up and to kill the enemies. So here the physical immunity, then these Templars, they will miss. Otherwise it's one attack is 1 kill. The kids are so weak that 1 Templar attack will kill the kid completely. So I'm not pressing any buttons. Now he'll kill this one. Now damage reduction and healing. Damage reduction so that they don't die from the area attack. Healing. It's very important to keep my front guy alive, of course. There it is. Don't try to protect that weak one. Just keep on doing your things like damage reduction and healing. The healing stacks up significantly. So now it's doing 10,000, but if you keep doing it, it can become significantly more party damage, and then nothing, so that 2 turns they can do full damage. And these are the Delphics from the tree. Should be good enough to finish. Only pay attention to your main kid so that he is dishing out damage and that he remains alive. If others die, not a major issue. We're gonna go to the next one. Now these guys only attack the front row and they do it very, very strongly. and I can fail a couple of times, and that's why I'm gonna put physical immunity now. But that's not gonna be enough. They hit really hard, and damage reduction does not help at all. Tried already. I'm gonna do party heal now because it's weaker than the single heal, but I need that front guy alive. And stopping with the attacks. Now spamming again, damage reduction and healing, because it's all about that front guy not dying. So there's another wave of them. Oh, there could have been another wave of them, but there isn't, and this boss hits really hard. One target, front target, always front target. So my main, I know, can take one more hit from the boss before I heal. Oh, he can't. Then I will resurrect him straight away. Increase party damage. And now instead of healing, or I can heal one time, but instead of healing, I could have put physical immunity, which is what I will do next. But they already managed to do it. Now it might look easy when I'm doing it, but it took me a lot of failures to find a good way of doing it. So I hope this helps you. Now I got normally 2 more to go. Bounty targets. And this one is 11 Blood of Zeus, which sometimes I totally skip the Blood of Zeus's because it's not a significant amount. But in this case, I just want to show you. Now you see how fast they took out the life from my main, so which required straight away that I heal him. And this is gonna be a fail. I cannot recover from this, and that's okay. But it's gonna take 2 turns because I did press the physical immunity. It just got implemented like a second too late. Before the patch, it was possible to spam skills non-stop. After the patch, you can do maximum of 2 per turn. And then they gray out your skills, which is very unfortunate. So there are a bunch of things they did very badly in the patch, but we have to learn to work around them. So here ideally you should have put the damage already, the damage reduction, so that I could put the immunity, but he stalled and again didn't put that damage reduction. So we're gonna do another fail this one. I could resurrect, but I know that after resurrection he'll come with a very low life. I'll need to heal him up straight away, and it's just gonna increase chances of failure significantly. So we're gonna redo it. Alright, and for now I will straight away go with immunity. After immunity, don't press too much, because also the damage of your weakest kid matters. 100,000 almost there. Alright, now gotta heal him. They hit really hard, and sometimes you can fail just on that. They are front rows, so they're extremely predictable, but they hurt big time. And again, 4 of them now. This could get dangerous. But in a couple of seconds I have the immunity ready. Just don't know if... Yep, it went through. If the immunity didn't go through, it would have been a fail. And this would have been quite difficult to pass, because there are 2 times 4 of these guys. And they hit really hard. Compared to them, bosses are much easier. Although I might die now in 1 attack, because he does have the ability to hit really hard one time. there, 250,000 with block, so it would have been above 300,000 without. And that's why I'm spamming healing and damage reduction. Damage reduction can go up to 50% if I remember correctly. So physical immunity now is the perfect time. He won't die on even that little health. And 3 damage reductions. Oh, I didn't see it anymore, but okay. I think it was going up to 7% for entire party, stackable 5 times. Okay, it was the attack that was 50%, damage reduction 35%. Alright, and the level 3 diamonds times 10, which is the really good reward for my stage. The rewards go up a lot here. I think it was a level 2 diamond times 9 or times 10 here. I can get these as well, level 2 times 10. I think the best reward I can get at my stage is level 3 diamonds times 10, which I'm totally thankful for. It's good enough for me, and I'm not gonna go up in levels. There, that's the 2 casting of skills. Also, don't hold the button for casting skills after the patch. If you hold the button, let's see if I can recover. After the patch, if you hold the button, then you might get totally grayed out skills, which means unable at all to use any skills whatsoever. So what you can do instead is you can keep pressing it like this. And don't think that you might get more than 2. It's usually just maximum 2 per round, or even 1 per round. So wait until that countdown goes down before you press the skill. Now these were easier enemies. One stage before this, I had major problems where I had the shooters, the archers, I don't remember their name, which are shooting up to 2 targets per shot. And those were really tough to deal with. I had to put physical immunity, but of course it's only for 2 turns. There you see the regeneration working for almost 60,000 healing per turn. When it becomes significant, they kill the kid, which is very bad, very bad. I got 10 seconds to go for the resurrection. I will try to resurrect him. If I can get him up, I can still win. If not, I gotta redo this round. 3, 2, 1, 0. Here we go. Wrong one. Alright, so that's gonna be a fail. Or actually, let's try. Nope. This boss hits extremely hard one target, and only my main kid can take it. Even my secondary cannot. But still, in the previous stage, it was harder for me because I had those mobs, like I said, that were hitting 2 targets. So they were cleaning up my party pretty nicely. Then there was the dragon boss that was doing magic attack in a very powerful way. And another mistake for me. It's hard to, to talk and do properly at the same time, but should work out. Last one left. Although it's okay that one of my little guys died, it does make it easier if they don't die, because even though they're totally fresh, they still dish out 100,000 damage per turn, which adds up. Now even 2 guys, you see, they're hitting 90,000 damage with block activating. They're hitting really hard, little buggers. I'm waiting to use the damage increase with the final boss. Or we can do it now. gonna be a little bit of waste, but I need the skills for healing and damage reduction. Gonna use party heal now to bring that up a little bit. Best to be safe. And I'm gonna now power up instead of defending, because I'll use physical immunity activation, and now I'm gonna do power up to kill him rather than heal. And that's the last one, so I'll heal him. And that should finish him off. 384,000. That hit is extremely strong. You see, he took him from 100%, 75% of his life, just he took it away. And that's it, and I must stop here. I can kill probably all 3 of these, but I must not do that. And I suggest you do the same. If you ever forget, click on this link here, view rankings, or look over here the number, what you are, if you ever forget, and don't pass that number unless you are ready to pass that number. So that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do click on like and subscribe. If you did, share with your friends. That always helps. If you do, on Facebook or Google Plus or Twitter or anything else that you're using. And if you can support, please become a patron for DolyGames. All the links will be in the description of the video, so you cannot lose anything. So thank you very much and have a very nice day.